Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope that this video is going to be super noisy. We have some construction work taking place on our street. So today I'm going to be sharing with you another planting video. You guys all seem to really like these gardening planting videos, and so I wanted to share with you guys what I'm going to be planting in my flower pots this year. So my first step to this whole process is pulling out all of the flower pots that I have and kind of deciding what I want to do with each of them. So right now I have 4 here that you can see, and while I am definitely going for a much more toned down look when it comes to my pots, these are like the colors that I don't really mind. All of these pots need a good cleaning, so that is what I'm going to do first before I begin planting anything. And then in here, in the crazy garage, I have a lot of other pots, and I am not going to pull these out quite yet because I don't know if I will end up using them. If I do end up using them, they're all going to be getting a makeover. They all need to be spray painted, just a more like unified, curated color scheme than like this coral one. I have a bright orange, green, yellow one. Apparently I just wasn't very selective in my color choices of pots throughout the years, so now I need to just get them to all look like they belong to the same household a little bit better. I already have flowers, a bunch of flowers, but the thing is that I don't want to buy any more flowers than I already have. So if the flowers that I purchased are enough to fill the pots that I know I'm going to use, then I'll just leave them as is, and I will probably end up trying to sell a lot of these. But I don't want to buy more flowers just to fill these pots that I already don't love, if that makes sense. So if I do keep these, I will be spray painting them, and I will share that process with you guys. But my first step is to clean the pots that I like and then plant in those pots, and then I will see what flowers I have left over and if I can get any use out of these flower pots. Alright, so I have the pots that I'm going to use. I have a collection right here on this side, and then some more on this side. I have already placed these pots where I am projecting or thinking that they will end up. So I know I have room for all of these, and I know that I want to keep these ones. I already know I like how they look together, paired up, separate, all of that. So we're all good on the pots that I decided to use and to keep. I also have these huge wooden barrel pots here. I'm only going to be planting impatiens in these 2 big, huge pots, just because impatiens need complete shade, and this is the only spot that is always shady. I also have this sized 12 crock that was left here by the previous owners, and it wasn't until recently that I realized how awesome this crock or this pot is and how valuable it is. I've always really liked it. I just never knew what it was until recently when I began getting into vintage stuff. So I'm really excited to plant some impatiens in here as well. And then here is my collection of flowers that are put aside to plant in pots. As I mentioned in a video that I don't think has been uploaded to my channel yet, but will be uploaded to my channel very shortly, we did go on a huge flower shopping spree, and we bought a bunch of flowers, both perennials and annuals. And so once I got home, I just kind of separated the perennials from the annuals, and the petunias, I took all of the petunias and I planted those in ground. I've had really good luck with petunias in ground, so I wanted to just continue that. So these are the flowers that I have set aside to only plant in pots. So here's what I'm going to be working with as I pot each flower or plant. I will let you guys know the name of it and kind of give you guys an up close view of the flower and the petal. Unfortunately, I did not get to some of these in time, so I do have a few that didn't survive, which really makes me mad. Definitely make sure when you are going flower or plant shopping that you know when you are planning on planting everything, and you don't by before you have time to plant, because that was my mistake this year with a couple of these. So the first thing that we are going to get started doing is giving the outside of these pots that I've pulled a quick wash, and then also removing the top layer of soil. Helping me. He's picking out which flowers he thinks will look best for the pots or the planters that we've cleaned so far, and he's doing an excellent job. All right, first up, I am going to be planting in this brown distressed metal planter. And for this first pot, Aiden picked out 2 sets of geraniums. So here is the label or the tag with a little bit of information about the plant. Like I said, it is a geranium. It is an annual, which means it will not return after this summer season unless you decide to bring in the planter or the pot and just like keep it over winter. My best friend's parents do that, and they've had the same geranium for many, many years, and it seems to get bigger and with more blooms every year. But if you do not decide to bring it in, it will just last the one summer season. I did try bringing in some geranium plants a few summers back, and they did last in my home for I think several months, but they lost so many leaves and it was just constantly cleaning up the dead leaves that it became more of a nuisance, so I just let them go. So as of now, I have no plans on trying to nurture any of these annuals over the winter season. All right, next up, we are working on this cream colored pot that has coral accents. And for this one, Aiden decided that these really pretty yellow budded flowers would look really nice in this one. Here is the label or tag on this one. I believe this is pronounced a gazania. What I really loved about this is that it does attract butterflies, which is awesome. I love having butterflies flying around our garden and our flowers. And then this is also drought tolerant. This as well is an annual. I believe all of the flowers that I will be planting in the pots are annuals. So I'll just skip over that part for the remaining flowers. I'm not sure if we'll use all 6 of these pods for this pot, but we'll see how room is looking once we get the first few in. Moving on, I'm going to get started on this peach or coral pot that has cream accents. For the coral pot, Aiden picked out the yellow marigolds, and here you can see the tag information on this one. And one tip that I have is to always keep these with you. I just use a Ziploc bag and keep all of the little flower tags together so I can see what I planted each year and kind of just look back on what worked for me, what was a little bit harder for me to maintain and to keep alive and healthy. So I always rip these out of the little containers and then store them together by year. All right, now I'm going to get started on this really beautiful, like Tiffany blue colored pot that has cream colored accents. For this one, I'm going to use a variety of colors. I thought that these are so beautiful. They are actually like little small version zinnias. And if you guys have watched my previous planting or gardening videos, you guys know I plant zinnias from seed every year, and they grow to be about 5 feet tall. I do not think that is the case for these ones, but I thought that they were so cute. I love the variety of colors that these ones have. Here is the tag along with my extremely dirty hands. These ones require 8+ hours of continuous sun. For this smaller light blue brown accent pot, I'm going to be planting this geranium. As of right now, it doesn't have any buds on it, but it is a pink geranium. I just picked off the dead old growth, so I'm assuming that I will see some buds coming very soon. Geraniums are really quick to reproduce new buds, which is a big reason why I love these so much. Here's how these will look once the new buds grow. For this set of 2 tiny little rain boot planters that I picked up from the Target dollar section this year, I am just going to add in tiny little plants. I did add in some Miracle-Gro soil right at the bottom there just to give the flowers or the plants just a little bit of a base, but for the most part they are going to take up the entire like top part of the boot. So I have 2 little zinnia pods left over. Planters are the perfect size for just like the little 1 pod flowers. So the zinnias came in a pack of 6 pods, and since I had 2 left over, this worked out perfect. All right, here's another new planter that I just picked up this year. This is something that I purchased from TJ Maxx, and it says Farmer's Market. It's got such a beautiful like dull teal color, and when I purchased this, I just pictured really beautiful white flowers in this. I loved the thought of this teal color with white, so that is what I picked up with this specific pot in mind. So here are the flowers that I got for this. I think they just pair up really nicely together, and this flower is called the Vinca or Vinca, not sure. All right, next up I have this beautiful mint wooden box planter. I actually painted this quite a few years back, and for the most part the paint has held up really nicely. I love the color of this. It's just such a soft like mint blue color. I just filled this up with some brand new Miracle-Gro dirt or soil. All right, so I decided to go with this arrangement of really beautiful soft baby pink flowers. I think that the combination of the soft blue painted box mixed with this really soft pastel pink, baby pink color will just pair up really nicely together. Here's the tag information. I don't want to even try with this name. I don't want to just butcher how it's pronounced. So there you can see the name of it and a little bit of the information right here. Alright, so I have about half of the planting done so far. I think I'm going to call it a day and resume tomorrow. Alright, so here's what I planted for day one. I'm assuming that within 3 or 4 weeks, all of these planters and pots will look a whole lot more filled out with lots of blooms, I'm hoping. Now is my favorite part, where I get to place these where I want them to be for the summers. So once I finish planting tomorrow, I will share with you guys where all of these ended up and just how everything, all the flowers and pots came together and how it all looks in our front yard and backyard. And then here's what I have left to plant tomorrow. Not too many, but I'm definitely going to have to pull out some of the pots that I just don't really love, and I'm going to spray paint them, so I will share with you guys that process. I still need to start and work on these wooden planter barrels as well as the crock here. So thank you guys so much for watching part 1 of this video. I hope that you return to my channel for part 2 of this video, where you will see me plant these remaining flowers. I will also be sharing with you about 5 really important tips that I have picked up along the way in my gardening journey that I believe could help you guys out in planting this season or any season. You will also see me spray paint a few of these pots in tomorrow's video, and then I will also reveal how everything turned out and just the final look of everything once it's been planted. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate all of the support. If you could please give this video a big thumbs up, I would also really appreciate that. And of course, if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, please make sure to subscribe and join my YouTube family. I hope to see you all in tomorrow's video, and until then, take care. Bye!